All right, guys, I thought I'd do a little unboxing and first takes on the IR3 infrared spotlight from CZI. So the first thing is I have a, what is it, a JT60 spotlight. So I had to take off the bracket that came with the spotlight. The infrared spotlight comes with this mounting bracket, which is not the same size. It would have been awesome if these mounting brackets were the same. That would have been great, but they are not. So you put in the longer screws go in front, the shorter screws go in the back. It does. I'll show you here in a second. In the kit, it comes with a screwdriver with the right attachment. So once you get that in there, the IR camera sits right on top. It slides in. This button pops out, and then just like the spotlights, you plug in the power cable in the top. So that's how it sits on top of the drone. It's got the gimbal up there on top. Again, this has, you should not be using this in any conditions where it can get wet. The heat dissipation, it's not built for any sort of weather like that. So the case that comes looks like this, a nice firm case, a lot taller than my spotlight case. So in this slot, this is where the mounting bracket was. It also came with 2 packets of screws. I've just combined the extra screws into one packet. It comes with the screwdriver here with the Allen wrench end to it, so it can tighten those screws. That's the same screws that I needed. The same screw heads that I needed when I took off the mounting bracket for the JT60 spotlight. And then the actual infrared spotlight sat in this part of the case. There's an owner's manual that came in this area. And so nice case, put together well. So I'm going to wait for some darkness, and then we're going to go out and try to follow the directions and set this up. There's just some fine tuning that we need to do so that the gimbal works and it follows the zoom camera. And I believe how this is going to work is I need to be in that night scene mode, and then I'll be able to determine the diameter of the spotlight that I want and how bright and those type of settings, and possibly set up some custom buttons for it as well. So anxious to try it out, and we'll do that now. All right, guys, so as you can see here in the middle by the PSDK, it does say that IR3, the infrared spotlight, has been loaded. Again, this is my first time starting it up. So the infrared spotlight is not adjusting with the camera. I'm just looking at it right now. It's very stable, but nothing's happening here. So I'm going to try a couple of things here. I'm going to turn that off. So what I think is happening is I don't think the gimbal is actually rotating. Right now. Oh, that's doing something there. So as you can see, it's moving, I just can't get it to move. Gimbal, the infrared spotlight to actually adjust with the camera movements. And I am going to have to set up the it will not rotate down at all. So I'm going to land, I'm going to try this again and see if I can figure out what's going wrong. Probably should read the instructions too, right? Alright, so I stopped recording and then figured out how to do this. So basically what I did is I turned on the spotlight, I made the diameter super zoomed in, and then I went to menu and I changed the yaw to the right to move this right where I wanted it. It does look like the pitch needs to come down a little bit. And then I saved adjustment. So I'm going to look. It looks pretty good right now. It looks pretty close to the center. That is pretty unbelievable. When I turn this off now. So let's head out and see if I can find anything interesting in our local little forest preserve. Maybe you can hear me better. Maybe you don't want to hear me better. So there's definitely something right here. It's not very far out. But I'm going to hit the zoom. That's what it looks like without any lights. And now I'm going to turn on the light and zoom in a little bit. So normally a coyote would be running on me with the spotlight on him, but he's just hanging out there, which is crazy. If I can narrow that. And I can lessen the intensity if I need to. Let's see what else I can find out here. Here's something else. So let's go up a little bit higher. I'm going to go up to about 300. Going to go to zoom, and we're going to flip on the spotlight. So that's not at full intensity. Here's full intensity. And just to check how far away I am here. So that's 493 feet away. And if I back out, I could also widen the diameter on this. Very cool. So again, what that looks like, here's what it looks like on the wide camera. Here's infrared. And here's zoom with the spotlight. Now I can't tell colors, so if I was out looking for a pet and I needed to see the pet's color or that type of thing, this won't do the job. But in a lot of cases, you don't need that. Let me see if there's any other quick examples here. Oh, there's something over here. I'm going to get a little closer this time. I am 305 feet up in the air, though. So zoom, pop the camera on, or the spotlight on. You can see it's still a little bit off. Right, so let me try to adjust that. I'm going to do the yaw, and I'm going to move it to the right. Looks pretty good. So again, 305 feet up. That's pretty cool. If I back this out a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back, I'm going to change a battery. You can see this still has to be adjusted down a little bit. Or maybe up. Up and to the right. Let's try to make one more adjustment here. So we're going to go to the right. I think that's pitch right. Oh no, that's up. Yaw. See how that looks. That looks pretty good. Alright, so I'm going to turn this back off. I am going to fly back to my house. I'm going to make the change to the spotlight, and then I'm going to come out and look at these same objects if they're still around. I'll also time how long it takes me to change out the lights, because I will have to switch out the plate on top. So that is what is next. Stay tuned.